This is your girl Nora, and I am here today for for a little heart to heart. I won't take too much of your time. Um, if I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really planning on going live today. It wasn't like I didn't have any guests for you, but thinking about all that has been going on, in our world today, I must admit, it kind of left me in a place where I was not not really sad, but it had me um, maybe more in a state of disappointment, or not so much as anger, because I kind of accepted that, the world we live in are made up of different people, and experience has taught me that the best thing that I can do is to, watch me, and to work on me in order to react and ultimately make the best of my world, and my life, if that makes any sense. So, so it's not so much as anger, but I feel like it's like disappointment. I feel like I don't know, there's a whole myriad of emotions that have been going on. So it kind of like made me, put me in a place where I was thinking a lot. But then I decided that what I'm going to do is to share with you, with you other remnants out there, what is on my heart. So I'm basically here, to have a heart to heart with you guys. And I hope it makes sense. Again, I'm just here to have a heart to heart. I just want to talk to you guys what's on my mind, and as I am talking to you right now, I am also kind of like encouraging myself. So there's nothing scripted. I didn't have anything really planned other than I think maybe half an hour before actually coming on, there were like things that came to my mind that I put like on a PowerPoint slide just so that I can have it laid out for you guys. So I'm going to start with the first slide. Um, Let me do this one. Okay. This is a word that I recently learned, right? It looks like Moors, but it's pronounced Mores. Mores. Um, and as you can see, the definition is the essential or characteristic customs and conventions of a community, right? And then I looked a little further and I saw where it talked about how it is often rooted in religious doctrines, right? For example, if you're going to church, you know at least there's a certain way that customs have been put in place that you should not dress when you come to church, right? That is an example, just a little sketchy example of what a mores is when it comes to religion. But then I found out that it's not always set in a religious tone, that sometimes is developed from an innate human sense. Like, do you know how they say, what's right and wrong without it having to be told to you, right? So, based on that innate, that inward knowing of right and wrong, um, mores is developed. Um, and I brought this up because I found out within this definition, what I realized is that mores is actually something that is set by you, by me, by society. Like we determine what mores, what and this word is used interchangeably with cultural, like it's a norm, it's a form of a norm. So I bring this up because the mores that is set by you and is set by me, which means that we can change it. Number one, it can be changed, right? We can redefine our community. We have the power to redefine what our community will look like and how it will function. So that also now led me to the next slide. Often I know that you've seen this before, and I put this out there because mores, right? That's the big picture that I'm talking about. Is set by you and me. I mentioned that. Now I'm talking about the individual. Now, for these for our community to have definition, and it starts with us, right? So now us, what we put out there starts with what's up here. I don't know, like I'm trying to break it down in a way where it's not as complicated as it may seem. I know thinking about changing your world and your society, it seems overwhelming, it seems bigger than us. But based on what I was thinking about, what I discovered, it actually is not all that complicated. It starts with us. If we pick apart society, we're pulling out individuals, and those individuals are us. And it starts with what we think. So now, what I am here today it's like a call to action. Based on this logic here, it starts with our thoughts. It starts with what goes on in our minds. And then ultimately, it becomes who we are. It shapes our world. It shapes our society and our community, our minds. So being that shaping our community starts with us, which starts what goes on up here, what I am now asking is this. Now I'm asking, and I'm doing this myself, is for you to think differently. Think about things differently. Just analyze, just reel in all of your experiences. What you have learned, what you have learned from what has gone on in your life so far, what you have seen in other people's lives. I'm asking that you think about things differently. That's why I'm here. I am just basically encouraging us to watch what goes on in our minds. I can't do this by myself. It's definitely going to take a collective effort and that's why we're called remnants, right? Remnants are those few people, however many there are, that are equipped with certain knowledge, and that knowledge now changes our world individually, which then automatically, it's like a cause and effect thing, because our world changes, because our individual lives changes, our world around us change. So we talked about mores, mores. It's a norm, basically a norm that is set by the individuals in the society, in the community. And so I am here just to, again, encourage you, please. It starts with us, and it starts what goes on in our minds. So watch Watch what you're thinking about. Watch what goes on in your mind. And I'm encouraging you to, based on what you know that is right or wrong, not anything other than, what you know that hurting other people is not right. You know, you know, killing another person, taking another person's life is not right. You know that. You know certain things, the hatred. You know what hatred is, and you know it's not right. So, I mean, this is just me coming to you, in my humble, uh, I don't know, demeanor. Again, I didn't plan for this, but I just figured that I would come to you and let you know, bear to, to you all what is going on in my heart, and just encourage you to let's redefine our world. Let's redefine our communities, redefine our society. And how do we do that? About by thinking about things differently, because it starts with what goes on up there. So I hope all of you out there are being safe. I hope all of you are well. Um, and I will see you all next time, and be encouraged.